Il microfono è meglio.
Thank you. We'll get it.
Può fare pure in italiano, non c'è bisogno che lo faccia
Antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium.
The light internal in all molecules.
Okay.
For me, generate a lot of problems. It is the first principle of molecules.
So it's a good question, and thank you. See, we're learning more about subatomic particles, and we're not there yet. So the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded this week, and I think they're trying to get to this, but I think this is an important question that maybe the young people will answer, because I have such limitations. I'm at my end. Thanks. Is there an easy question? Leonardo, quick, ask a question. Okay, thanks. Well, I think we all feel very blessed to be here, and I surely have enjoyed my days in Bergamo. I look forward to returning. And I think this BergamoScienza is something that I would like to share with people back in the United States. It's really a wonderful opportunity for a community to take an interest in science, something beyond our daily lives. And I'm so grateful to be part of it. Thank you.
Io ho una domanda. Ha accennato 2 o 3 volte nel racconto una cosa che ogni scienziato sa bene, come a volte si va a cercare qualcosa e se ne trova qualche altra. E questo è il bello della scienza. Se uno è preparato, lavora bene, non importa che non trova quello che cercava, l'importante è che quello che trova comunque ha un significato e ha una validità. Io so, perché ho letto, che in realtà questa proteina, questa acquaporina, in realtà è nata come un contaminante di qualcosa che volevate isolare, volevate studiare. Per un po' l'avete tenuto, diciamo così, nel cassetto, nel senso che l'avevate messo come a parte. Com'è successo? Vogliamo sentire un pochettino la storia in prima persona di questo andare per un obiettivo e in realtà centrarne un altro.
Well, we have this term in the United States, attention deficit syndrome. I think I have this. So, in fact, we were isolating the core subunit of the Rh blood group antigen. So everybody knows about Rh. Women during pregnancy are always tested because Rh negative women, and that's 15% of humans. Rh negative individuals can become severely immunized when these mothers give birth to an Rh positive child. And you may be surprised, but just a few years ago, the molecular basis of Rh was totally unknown. So we were the first to isolate that molecule, and I think it was important work. But there was a second molecule of almost the same size. It's just slightly smaller. We thought it was a fragment, a degradation product of Rh. And there were some subtle clues that they were not related, they were different. So this smaller protein turned out to be extremely abundant in red cells. No one had ever seen it before because it doesn't stain with the usual protein stains. It's a little like driving from here to Lago di Garda, and halfway between there's a city with 250,000 people that's not on the map. And it's a big surprise. We couldn't believe no one had found this protein before. But these studies on this contaminating protein were undertaken in our spare time. And it turned out we could purify it. And when we did that, we were able to identify the protein sequence. Basically, proteins are composed like an alphabet. And when we compared the sequence of the protein, it was related to proteins identified in plants, in bacteria. No one knew what these proteins did, so we knew it had a fundamental role. But what role? And this is where I think science becomes difficult. And having a new discovery is only important if you can functionally demonstrate its importance. So I talked to many scientists, and there was one really generous and brilliant colleague at the University of North Carolina, and he recognized water permeability is a feature of red cells, renal tubules, plant tissues. So his suggestion that we try to measure water transport, because it turned out that for 100 years, scientists were trying to explain how water can move so fast by osmosis. Osmosis we all learn about as small children in schools, but for some tissues, osmosis is really fast. And so we tested this by taking the DNA for this new protein, we transcribed it, injected the transcript into the eggs of frogs. Now, the eggs of frogs are dormant. Unless they're fertilized, nothing happens. They have very low water permeability. But we injected this new transcript. The frog eggs made proteins, inserted them in the plasma membrane, the outer surface. So now these frog eggs became osmotically active. If you drop them into fresh water, osmosis causes the eggs to explode. Very simple experiment. So in retrospect, it was very obvious. But there was luck, there was the valued suggestions of colleagues, the scientific collaboration of colleagues, and it worked. So people think this is very clever. I know it wasn't, I was there.
Grazie. Abbiamo sentito questa storia di prima mano, una storia di preparazione, di tenacia, di fortuna certamente e di collaborazione. In realtà lui, parlando con i colleghi, sentendo questo, sentendo quello, ha ricevuto una serie di suggerimenti. E questa è la scienza. Tutti sanno che io sono un innamorato della scienza e una vita nella scienza. Tra le tante cose c'è anche questo fatto di avere un insieme di persone competenti, più o meno competenti, che si scambiano le opinioni e si danno dei consigli, e questo rende piacevole anche l'attività scientifica. Ci sono altre domande o chiudiamo qua questo interessante pomeriggio? C'è uno là? No? Ok, quando è così allora grazie, è stata una bellissima conferenza e ringrazio When it is only one in school.